So a frequent question I get is, hey, like what type of generator do you have? Does it run your vacuum and extractor and air compressor? Hey, what do you recommend? Should I start off with one? So I'll give you just a general overview of the kind of the process that I went through as far as the journey of from no generator to the generators that we have now, and give you my just overall advice on how to handle power. So this is going to be primarily for mobile detailers, right? So I've always been a mobile detailer. I've never worked out of my home garage. I had a few times customers bring me their vehicle, but 9 out of 10 times I was a mobile detailer. So when I first started, it was just nothing. Like literally just as far as machines wise, right? I had my vacuum, I had my brushes, I had my APC, but no power, no pressure washer, no water tank, nothing like that. So how I started was going to the customer's location, and yes, look, sometimes if it was their home location, easy peasy lemon squeezy, you hook up to the outlet, you get to work. If I was going to an apartment location or their office location, that's when you'd have to finesse it just a little bit more to get the job done. But even at an apartment unit, I was able to get the job done. So let's say we would go to an apartment unit, right? And I had no generator, but obviously I needed a generator for an interior cleaning, for whatever, right? What I would do is I would look for an outlet around the apartment complex, and I would move the vehicle to that location to service the vehicle. Sometimes I would get lucky, and let's say the apartment unit would be like right in front of the parking lot where the customer is parking, so I could easily run the electrical cord from the unit to the vehicle. Other times I'd have to maybe snoop around and say, hey, where's the outlet? Is it like in a hallway? Is it somewhere? And I can do that. Sometimes I would barely make enough length with the electrical cord to work on the vehicle, but nonetheless, like I was able to find the outlet, scoot the vehicle just enough to work on it with my vacuum or whatever I was running, right? Some apartment complexes have an electrical outlet alongside the perimeter of the parking. Very, very, very few of them that I've actually seen that, but they'll have like just readily available units, like either on the columns, on the sheds or whatever you want to call it, or like just individual outlets just like across the parking, the apartment complex. Now, the few times that I have seen it, most of the times they did not work, which is a big bummer because it would have made my life a lot easier. But some of them did. That was super easy. Another outcome you might see is that at an apartment complex, they might have a garage. So when you're talking to a customer, you have to say like, hey, do you have, you would just ask, hey, like, do you have a garage in there? And that's basically it. But it's gonna be cumbersome. It's gonna be a nuance. It's gonna be annoying. Sometimes it'll be easy. Sometimes it'll be difficult. But can you get it done? Yes. Annoying? Yes, but it is doable. Now fast forward to, let's say I purchased, I was like, you know what? I can get a generator now. It would make my life easier. So the first thing I do recommend is getting a generator. So the first one that I got was this Predator 2000. Now out the door with a 1-year warranty, I think it was like $650. So it's a very affordable unit. And since purchasing it till now, which has been 3-4 years, no problem whatsoever. So, and wait, I'm lying. The first generator I had was a Honda 2000. I'm sorry, I blanked out. Was a Honda 2000. Basically, it's the same thing as like this is the Honda ripoff of the 2000. Except the Honda 2000 new is 1,000. I purchased mine on Craigslist for 600. I had to go send it in for repair, and that was gonna take like a week because they had a pretty long lead time. So I was like, dang, I need a generator. So I went to go purchase a second generator. So and then I just ended up keeping both of them. So I had two 2,000 watt generators. Now, an important note is that a lot of them is gonna say, like, so this one's called a Predator 2000. The Honda is a Honda 2000, right? Now its peak watts, meaning it can shoot up for 2,000 on startup, but running watts is what you need to look at. So running is the thing that what you can actually run on for while it's on. Peak, it helps, but the more important number is your running watts. So I now have two 2,000 watt generators, both run at a 1,600 watts, right, at running watts. So, and this isn't to get into any specifics of the generator, but getting a generator opens up a world of flexibility, because now, I don't know about a world, but you definitely don't have to wait for you don't have to rely on an outlet. You don't have to be like, oh, let me go look around for the outlet at an apartment unit, at an apartments complex, or let me look around for an outlet at an office location. It's just like, hey, I get there, I can get to work. Now, so you basically finish. You can basically do any interior cleaning job now, because all you need is a generator, right? The next thing that you guys are gonna complain about is like, oh well, so you know, like, can you run the air compressor and your extractor and your vacuum and your steamer? Like, can you run all that at the same time? Okay, look, when I had either it was the Predator or the Honda, right? I could not run. Even if you go back to that recent video of the vlog, we couldn't run this little vacuum. And what else? There was a vacuum and the HV60 Spider. We couldn't. No. It was this piece of crap, rigid vacuum, and we couldn't run this blower at the same time. We could not run this blower and this vacuum at the same time, right? It is what it is. So back then, right, I would have my Aqua ProVac and my McCulloch 1385 steamer. So you're saying, well, how did you run both of them? Well, here's the thing. I didn't run both of them. I would preheat the 1385 steamer, right? Make sure it's steamed and ready to go. So if I would have to steam, I would have the steamer on. If I had to extract, I would turn off the steamer, turn on the Aqua ProVac, extract, turn that off, and then turn the steamer back on if I needed it. That's what I would do. And that's what you're gonna have to do. You're not, a 2000 watt generator can only run so much. It's not that powerful. And depending on how much amps your stuff is pulling, you're gonna be limited. Again, that little blower and that vacuum and this blower could not run at the same time. It would stall out. You could not run them at the same time. So you are limited, but even with a basic generator like that, you're gonna be able to do a lot more work. So that means, like, if you have a pressure washer and you're running off a pump, like a pump and a pressure washer, that might be too much, you know? So there's gonna be limitations. Again, for every one solution, there's 5 problems. You got the generator, but the generator can't do everything, right? So let's actually walk to the van. So now, like right now, we have the Predator 8750, right? It's pretty strong. It's pretty strong. So with this one, even with this one, as big and bad as it is, it can't run every single machine. So let's say, granted, our extractor is a 2 cable extractor, so it requires a lot of power. So with this extractor, we can run, with this generator, we can run the extractor, we can run the vacuum, and we can run the air compressor, right? Yes. We can't run the steamer as well. So even with this one, it's going to have its limitation. Now there's still there's a bigger unit above this one. I think it's a 9500. There's still a bigger one than this one. And with that one, we could run everything. And it's still an inverter, so it's still quiet, so to speak. Definitely more than your conventional generator. But that, again, just what video did I post? I don't know if I posted it yet, but like, not one thing will be the solution to everything, right? Like, let's say we were to get a bigger generator, right? This one I think was a thousand. No, it was like 1200. No, I don't know. Anyways, the bigger one is like an additional $400, right? But again, like, it's gonna be like, this one's already pretty big, right? So if we wanted one to run all the machines, well, yes, we're gonna pay, you know, whatever, $400 or $500 more. On top of that, it's gonna get so much bigger, which means it's gonna eat up more space here, which means we have to reconfigure a lot of things, which means it's good. So like, it helps to have a bigger generator, yes, but there's gonna be limitations. There's always like a push and pull with everything that you get. It's not just saying, man, I just want the biggest dang generator I can find, just throw everything in there. It's not like that, right? Like, there's like, the reason why we always go for an inverter is because if we can choose for it to be a little quieter than the conventional generator, we'll do that. Like, having this thing running for 6, 7, 8 hours is annoying. Like, it's very annoying. So generators help out immensely, but when you're just getting started, it is imperative that you start off with one? No, because I did it for about 2-3 years with no generator. When you make the first upgrade, you don't have to get something crazy. The Predator line, we have 3 of them, because we have the Hunt 2000, the Predator 2000, the Predator 3500, and now the Predator 8750. And the Predator 2000 is a good starting point. I would recommend the Predator 3500 if you can. Again, Lex purchased that Predator 3500 for around $450 on Craigslist. He had to fix a few things here and there, but overall, it worked well for the time that we were running it. It's like it needs to go into a repair shop now, but for $450, got it like it ran well for like a year, but now we need to go service it. But the Predator line is, you know, it's from Harbor Freight. There's already, you know, there's already an assumption with that brand, but overall, it's a good sturdy brand with Honda's reliable workhorses, right? But they are a lot more expensive. So again, push and pull. Which one do you want? Which one can you afford? Which one's gonna work best for you? But when you can, if able, it does help out immensely to have a generator. There's gonna be limitations based on what you're gonna purchase, the size, your van, your vehicle. Like, there's gonna be so many things that you have to consider. But when you can, get a generator. If you're mobile, if you're shop based, it don't matter. Why do you need a generator? So let me know if you have any. Again, like, I don't want to break down so specific. I'm like, hey, can you run this, and can you run that, and can you run this? It's like, one, it's gonna be dependent on what you're running. But two, if you have a lower generator like a 2000, it's gonna be limited. Again, the dang vacuum and the blower couldn't run on the 2000. Like, that was already, you know, like, that's already pushing the boundaries on that. It would trip it. So there's gonna be limitations. So if you have any specific questions about anything, let me know. I just want to give you like an overview of the generators that we use and how we've progressed over time. Again, we've upgraded to this one once we had enough customers and we're making money, and we had like, it's with time. And for a while we were running the 3500 generator, and we would bring the 2000 generator every single time. And even with this, even with this generator right here, we still sometimes bring along the 2000 watt generator. If we know we're gonna need that steamer running immediately, we'll have this one running for the vacuum, for the extractor, for the air compressor, and then we'll separately run the 2000 watt generator to power the steamer alone. So, you know, that's what we have to do. I don't know if it's right, but that's what we're doing. So again, last time, let me know if you have any comments, questions, concerns. Leave them in the comment section down below, and I'll talk to you guys next time.